What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to Go. This is the show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week, and by we, I mean myself and you, the beautiful people of the world of football. And this week, we got we have a whole lot going on this week in football. So let's get right into the business. Now, you know it's real when I gotta bring out the laptop. You know, there's a whole lot going on, and I just had to get my thoughts organized, you know what I'm saying? All right, first of all, we're talking MLS. The MLS is finally back. Now, of course, there's not much to talk about in the opening day of the MLS, but still very exciting that it's back again, back to back, made back, stack the M's. Okay, so some games to start that really started off well. Toronto beat Philly 3-1, so got a great start so far. We can't really tell right now who's gonna be who are the favorites. Of course, Atlanta United, who are actually playing tonight, so scores are gonna be posted right now for Atlanta United, so you guys know what happened for that game. But Atlanta doesn't have Miguel Almiron anymore, who obviously now is a Newcastle United player in the Premier League. So it gives chance for guys like Villalba and Barco to step up, because you know, Josef Martinez is obviously the number one player in the MLS. 39 games with Atlanta United last season, 35 goals. So he's definitely, we know his position. But the other offensive players, they kind of have to step up now that Atlanta's second best player is not here anymore. So it's actually a good thing. Gives them a chance to really stand out a little bit more and make their team better. You know, that offense doesn't have to rely on two players. Now it can rely on three on the midfield and starting from the back. All of that. Also, a whole lot of goals in Colorado versus Portland, 3-3. Seattle with a phenomenal start, 4 goals, a brace from Jordan Morris. So, whole lot of goals right now in the opening day of the MLS. I'm excited to see how this season is going to turn out. I'm expecting a whole lot of beautiful goals. A lot of beautiful goals. The defense, I want to see some great defense in the MLS. We've had some problems with that all around throughout the first years, but it's growing. It's really growing. The players, it's fresh. I love it. So I'm excited to see what's going to be happening in the upcoming weeks. But now let's go all the way to España. El Clásico this week in the Copa del Rey, the second leg, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. And Barcelona got the W, baby. Come on. 3-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Listen, man, I knew it. I knew that Barca had a chip on their shoulder. Listen, it's been being better than Real this season just isn't enough, especially not in La Liga. Okay, they've won 3 consecutive Champions Leagues. We haven't won it in a minute. So now, you know, going for that brace, going for that treble again, it's like you really have to get every major competition. So they've pretty much got La Liga in the bag. They had to beat Real in the semifinals, make it to the finals in the Copa del Rey, and they did just that. Convincing win all around, but still, that boy Vinicius was a problem every single time he has the ball. I can't hate on this kid at all, and I love my Brazilians. Y'all know this. So the fact that every time he's such a threat, and at 18 years old, playing his first El Clásico at home, having that crowd around him, and him looking so confident, like this is him playing in Flamengo again. It's incredible how cool-headed, like this is just regular for him. You can see football is his second nature, first nature even. It's so easy. But then again, they played 4 days later this weekend in El Clásico again at the Santiago Bernabeu, and Barca got that 1-0 win. A nice little chip over by Rakitic. Cheese! Cheese! 1-0, beautiful win again. Every single time that Vinicius had the ball, I was scared, but Barca was able to hang on to that lead. We got the 1-0 win. Now, in El Clásicos, Barca has 96 wins. Real has 95, 51 draws, and Barca is the first ever team in La Liga to win 4 consecutive matches at the Santiago Bernabeu. Just give them the keys. Give them the keys, go over to Messi, knock on his door, be like, here you go, Leo. This is the keys to your new training stadium, because the Bernabeu is just too easy at this point. Like, come on, give them a challenge. Give them a challenge. Real fans, don't come at me. Come after you. Go after your team, and ask them why they're letting this happen to them. Because Barca just killing them right now. Come on. But in all seriousness, despite the fact that Isco and Asensio they're just not playing as well as people had hoped. Like we expected so much more from them. Asensio was so fiery last year. Isco was so promising. It seems like Zidane and Ronaldo leaving kind of just broke the whole team. And Vinicius comes out and he's like this light in the dark tunnel that is Real Madrid. And he's bringing in a lot of hope for the team. So he's definitely clear replacement for Cristiano, and let's see what happens in the future, and he can actually bring them back to glory days. But now let's go over to England. That was very, very eventful this week. And of course, as anticipated, let's get started with Chelsea. Sarri put Kepa on the bench and put Caballero starting and played throughout the whole game. And listen, against Tottenham, yes, you want your best keeper on, but he also said in a press conference after that he had to make a statement. He had to send out a message to his players saying, like, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of this team. I'm the manager. We're not gonna keep going through this. This is what we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do is disrespect me. Okay, when I tell you to do something, you do it. And that's it. There's nothing more to it. You do it. So he had to put Kepa on the bench, and they won the game. Stupid pass back by Trippier in the end against Tottenham, and Lloris couldn't get the ball, so it made it 2-0. But despite both teams they played a good game. Still, Chelsea had this game in the bag from the start. They were just the better team that day. Of course, you don't want to be giving up an own goal like that. It was unlucky from Tottenham, but Chelsea had it. And also, one thing I really noticed is the fact that Sarri wore his Carabao Cup jacket in this game again. Okay, they lost, but it was such a great performance from Chelsea after they've been playing so bad for a while. I feel like it's like a superstitious thing that he wore that jacket just a good luck for them to play well, even if it doesn't guarantee a win. But it was against City, so the fact that they were able to play so well against them, it's good luck. Never hurts to have a little superstitions once in a while. Anyways, now let's go on to more Tottenham games. Every team played twice, but the North London Derby, Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspurs, 1-1. 1-1. It was an exciting game. I'm not gonna lie. The score doesn't absolutely reflect it. First goal by Aaron Ramsey, just beautiful. So much coolness. So calm in that box. Dribbles past the keeper, nets that ball in. Harry Kane got a penalty. But listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I thought it was offside. Yes, it was a foul on him in the box, but he was offside. So where's the threshold? What's the rule on FIFA for this? Like, should it have been ruled out because it was already offside, or the flag wasn't up yet, so technically it wasn't officially offside yet, so the foul happened, so it was a penalty? But Harry Kane is now missing that, so he equalized, and Aubameyang could have been the hero for the day. He got a penalty in the second half, and he was too predictable with it. They showed it. They showed exactly where he usually shoots his penalties, and he did the exact same thing. And he's just not a great penalty shooter. Lacazette could have shot it. A whole lot of people they could have had. Ramsey is having such a great game. He could have shot that penalty, but it happens. He also could have, Mbappe also could have made the goal. So it's a gamble at times, but in a situation like this, North London Derby, you're fighting for a top 4 spot. He should have buried that so hard. Pause. But then again, let's move on to Southampton versus Manchester United, the most eventful game by far of this whole weekend. Let me go down the events of that game for y'all. Valerie, right-footed screamer outside the box. De Gea, shut up, fam. You couldn't stop that. Even your David De Gea, you can't stop that goal. 1-0. Pereira said, yo, hold my wine. Chee! Pereira comes in, opens up a little bit, peep, peep, to the right, ding, curls it, bop. That's goal, 1-1. Lukaku said, yo, y'all saying I haven't been scoring in big games, I haven't been putting my team in that spot. Hold my wine. Bing, 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 boop. Lukaku scores 2-1. Proud said, listen, y'all been scoring, y'all been doing y'all thing, whatever, y'all 2-1, y'all getting excited. Hold on just a minute. Free kick goal. Bing. Come on. 2-2. Lukaku said, listen, man, this is my day. This is my day. Nobody's taking my glory, man. United. Bing, 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 bing. Boop. Lukaku scored. And in the end of the game, Pogba, listen, this is what Eric Cantona was talking about. Okay, Pogba hasn't been getting the fancy haircuts or whatever, and he's been playing so well. He goes blonde, misses a penalty. I'm not saying this because of their hair. I think it's very like old school to think that these players, they're young guys, bro. Change your hair, get, the tattoos, all of that stuff. Do what you got to do, man. These guys still have a life to live. So enjoy yourself. The blonde hair thing is not a factor, to be honest. I'm just messing with y'all. But anyways, they still ended up coming away with the win. So now the possibility of Manchester United making top 4, being back again in the Champions League next year, it's a very true possibility. Arsenal, it's still very tight. Still very, very tight. 29 games in, there's 9 left. Still very tight. Now speaking of 9 games left, and people who are tight, Liverpool in the Merseyside derby against Everton, 0-0. Liverpool had so many chances to score. 0-0. Zero. Nada, no goals. Nil. You're fighting for a Premier League title against Manchester City, against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Do you see how deep that team is? The reigning champions. You should not be drawing to Everton at the 29th game of the season. Liverpool, what are you doing? Oh my God. Now Manchester City has 71 points. Liverpool has 70. And it's too much pressure on yourselves when a lot of these games you should have won it. Beat Watford, was it 5-0, 5-1 this week? You should be scoring they should have scored at least 2 against Everton easily. So now they're putting a lot of pressure on them. I'm still sticking by my guns that Liverpool is going to win the league, but they're making it so hard on themselves. It's ridiculous. Let's move over. Speaking of which, let's go over to Germany for a second. Dortmund. Dortmund. What's the problem, man? What is the problem? Dropping points week after week after week. They started off so well. Y'all get me tight. Y'all better get me tight. You were doing so well, and now Bayern is in the same spot. Okay, number 2 spot, same amount of goals. It was going on. 24 games in, 14 games left. Yo, get it together. Y'all don't let this slip. I'm not even a Dortmund fan, but for real, like, y'all be getting tight. Listen, man. Dortmund, they need to Royce get back in the game. I need Paco Alcacer to be the super sub that he's been in the beginning of the season and throughout. Listen, this is when it really gets real. This is when y'all see who has the guts, who really deserves it. And if Bayern can have such a terrible beginning of the season, come back and win the league still, bruh, I give up on y'all. Like, honestly, on Dortmund. It's like, don't even try again, because this team is the best that you've had in years. If you can't win the Bundesliga with this team, y'all really don't deserve it. Get it together, bruh. Come on. Anyways, let's move over to League. PSG this week with a little scare, okay, against Caen. But luckily, the boy, Kylian Mbappe, was able to get that brace and win the game for his team 2-1. But you know, that's kind of what PSG do, isn't it? You know, the surprising thing is that Monaco is doing well again. Okay, they're in 16 plays. They're out of the relegation zone. They're playing well. They're getting their rhythm back. And I'm happy to see that they're putting themselves in a better position. Not saying, you know, they're out of the top 4, all of that conversations, yes. But the fact that they're out of relegation is kind of, it's relieving a lot of pressure for them. So I'm happy to see them doing that. But the highlight of Ligue 1 this weekend, Mario Balotelli scoring a goal from Marseille and then getting his phone from the cameraman behind the goal.
Et Mario Balotelli, qui d'une reprise de volée magnifique permet le téléphone pour faire le selfie.
I went straight to his Instagram story right after that to see it for myself. This guy is amazing, man. He seems to be enjoying life so much. Like, he makes football so interesting from his days back in Manchester City to AC Milan, all of that. He's just a cult icon in football culture for sure. Legend. I love this guy. But last but not least, we're talking women's football. As you know, the Women's World Cup in France is this summer. I'm really excited. I'm going to be following all of the games till a letter, okay, and really getting into that tournament. I'm excited to see who's going to win it. Of course, the US, Germany, teams like China, France are favorites, but the team that could have had a really good chance in this tournament, Norway, because they have, of course, the queen herself, Edda Herberger, 3-time Champions League winner, and the first ever female Ballon d'Or winner. And she could have given them a really good shot at this championship this summer, but she opted out of playing for Norway because of, for feminist reasons, and saying that women just aren't getting the respect that they deserve in Norway football. So she decided that after having meetings with the manager that she would be opting out. And he says that he respected her decision, but you know that they have to move forward. They have to look to the other players who actually want to be there for the team and play this summer, which on both sides is respectable. You know, they can agree to disagree. They have differences in opinions, and she wants to protest that way, and it's her choice. But guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this week in football. Whole lot happening. I'm excited that the MLS is back. Really excited for that. Okay, fresh, brand new league. I'm even more excited that the Champions League is underway. It's getting to the intense games. You know, it's anybody's game right now. You have these teams that lost in the first leg, some of them tied. It's really tight. Like, you really don't know. There's no clear favorite on the Champions League winner this year. Okay, the Premier League is so tight right now. Bundesliga is tight. La Liga, Barca kind of got it right now, but still, okay, they're not trying to let anything slip for anybody. They need to get that. Also in the Copa del Rey, Ligue 1, you know, Neymar is injured, all of that. There's so much going on in football right now, and I love all of it. Guys, if you're with me, if you love football, if you're enjoying this 2018-2019 football season, if you enjoyed this video right here, drop a like, okay, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. Hit the bell so that whenever Gol drops a video, you don't miss it. You're at the forefront, all right? Also, make sure you check out the music and the social media to Gol right down there in the description, like right down there. All right, and I'll see you guys next time on Gol. Peace.